This is a fully loaded touring bike. It's a Ridgeback World Journey, 8-speed Alpine hub. It's got Versa 8-speed click shifters. Visits a hub. You can change wherever you want. The traffic lights. I've got clip-in shoes, mountain bike shoes and pedals, and outrage pannier bags, all 5 outrage. A couple extra DMP camo bags, off military vest sort of thing. I've got a mat bag and tent pegs, and puncture repair kit and bottles, and some lights, lots of lights, and a speaker system to keep me sane when I'm a bit lonely on the road. And obviously I've got my keys handy and my padlocks are always ready to grab just under the map. So that's the basic layout of my touring bike, and I'm going to take you through what's in my bags in a minute, or in other videos depending on whether I want a compilation video or not, and depending on the weather, because it's now starting to rain and I don't want all my stuff inside the bags to get wet if I got them out. This is my handlebar bag. This is what will house everything from mobile phone, couple of picture cameras, the video camera that I'm recording this with, which is a little Panasonic HCV10 720p half HD camera, and that goes in here. But what we have here is an outrage pannier. It's got mat, a Sustrans bike mat on the top, and there's also a pen and a bit of paper in there for writing down directions that I get off people. It's now starting to rain, so I'm going to hurry up. Basically, in this top bit you have a wind-up torch. That's also a phone charger. I've got a bungee. I don't know why that's in there, but it is. I've got a Haynes bicycle tool, just for easy access if I don't want to get open up all of my tools. I can just reach in, get this thing and get it. I've also got first aid kit. This is a Summit first aid kit, and it was quite expensive, but I've put my own things in there. I've got dehydration tablets, I've got purification tablets, I've got saline solution water if you fall over and grade yourself down on some metal or something. And I've added to this quite a few, like there's 3 times as much in this as there was when I bought it. I suggest that you do buy red cover and have it strapped on the side of your bike somewhere, so people can see it. If you're in a ditch unconscious, people can see it. Obviously they'll ring the ambulance, see this, get a tourniquet if you've like lost your hand or something or whatever, and you get the idea with that really. I've got a little SAS survival guide. That's quite an in-depth little guide. That's just to help you along. I've also got some filter tips and playing cards, just so just keep me entertained, as well as hairbands. Quick, like I say, they're quick. Everything in here is quick and easy to access. You're not supposed to well, I don't like accessing inside my bags when I'm on the road, because it just means I have another 10 minutes onto the journey time every day through simply packing. There's a little pocket inside here, inside this bag. It's probably too dark to see, but in that I've got a little light that don't work at the minute. It's got a plastic bit where the batteries are, so it won't work at the minute. I've got a spare pouch of tobacco, Rizzlers, lighter, and that's about it for that bag really. I've got it doesn't really matter what you have in this bag as long as it's not too heavy. I have noticed that these outrage panniers don't lock on too good, where this clip is, and the clip comes up there and hooks on there, and you press it and get the bag off. Obviously, it does hop off. The bag does hop off, because when I've had the bag like this, it's secure. It's not going anywhere. But on my last trip east to west, I had a sleeping mat where this speaker was under here, and it did just eventually hop off, and on the way down it always breaks off the tip of this light, and in Wales I broke the top of this light off, so I had to get a new light, and which was not good in Wales. And that's it for the front top bag, or handlebar bag rather, whatever you want to call it. I've done some repair on it with the tent repair kits, or the inflatable sleeping mat repair kits. That's a good material. I've got some rubberized glue on that so it doesn't leak, and that's that bag. But the most important thing about this bag is the map on the top. You need a good map. I have a few maps that I will go through in a bit more detail, but for that bag, that's done. Right, I'm going to go through with you this front right pannier. It's a small outer edge pannier. It's different to all the rest. It's got like a weave material instead of like a flat plastic rubber. But we get this off. They go on quite hard, but this one's broken because I was in an accident. This front right one weighs quite heavy, to be honest. I need to distribute the weight properly. This isn't fully packed up how I would pack it up in the morning from a tour when I wake up, but it's close as I can get for the time I've got, which is about an hour and a half of light left. So I just got all my cooking stuff in here, and I'll take you through the rest when I come to it. But for cooking equipment, all I have, there's some spare straps in the top here. You can put your dirty clothes, socks, pants, whatever in there, and it won't smell out the rest of your clean clothes or whatever. That's on all the panniers. In here there's all my bits, like my cooker and equipment and that. All we've got in here basically is a load of chicken curry and my tins. These are Go system pots. They coat quite well, even in an accident. They're a bit bent, but they're still usable. So I'm using them. In here, I've got a handle for these tins that is like you just grip. It's a grip handle, and you pick it up. It's titanium or something apparently. And I've also got a big plastic spoon that sticks out a little bit here. Just blue plastic spoon, so I might cut that down, but it doesn't cause too much hassle inside the bag. And inside this bag, I've got inside the pots is a bag, as well as a little teaspoon for making coffee and hot chocolate in the mornings. There's a bag full of sugars, salt, KFC, wet wipes, everything that you can pick up from a restaurant along the way. These curries are like 40p, 45p from wherever, but what makes a dish really is this Uncle Ben's. You can get, this is spicy Mexican, and this one's whole grain and Mediterranean rice or whatever it is. And you can also get what I like to have is one of these big pasta spirals. If you have one of these, that's about you done for the day then, and you can cycle for quite a way on just one of them tins. With these, you just put everything at the back, this side of the pannier, what's metal, and all the soft stuff you put this side, so the weight's hugging the bike more, and I found it's a lot more stable than touring around, and it's a bit twitchy to say the least. And I'll just get this in here roughly just to put it back, and then I'll show you what's in here. So what's in here is I've got lighters, a little tin with needle and thread, and about 12 or 15 say safety pins, like nappy pins. I've got another one of them little torches. This one does work. And I've also got a little gas stove. I've got the Coleman Gas Cylinder. I've also got hairbrush and toothpaste and toothbrush in here as well. The gas cylinder was $5.99 or $6.99. It is a big gas cylinder, but it fits in this bag nicely. And that come with no, it didn't come with it. Sorry, but I've made it. I got that with this, which is a nice little thing that screws on the top of it, and it's also got the clicker system for it. It's made by Caramel, and their products aren't too bad. I mean, I'm wearing a hat now. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I just like using their products. And that's pretty much it for the front right bag. What I would say is to organise things is get a few of these little bags. These are made by Caramel. They're very good. They're different material on the bottom and the top, and they're waterproof. I think they're toiletry bags, but there's no label on them. But they've got good handles on the side, good strong handles. So if you shoved it in your bag, you just pull that out without worrying about pulling the zip off or zip breaking when you're pulling it out. So that's the front right bag. Right, now what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the front left bag. This front left bag has all of my, well, at the minute it has all my clothes in, but normally it would just have a little bit of the food, because you want to take more food than I've got now, like, and especially water. And half of this stuff would have went in this one here if the tent was on the back rack as well. But I only put the tent on the back rack when these are full up and I need to get more water and supplies. But basically, this is an outer edge pannier. Again, it's got the little sleeve sock pocket up the top for dirty clothes. In this case, it's got the carry strap for the bags. If I open this one up, what I've got inside this straight away is a waterproof top and waterproof trousers. They're Gillette trousers. They open out but they squash down quite nicely. I've got a cheapo waterproof top, which aids this, which is a polar wind top. This is water resistant clothing. The water balls up and then drops off, but if you're hot, the water will cling in and soak into you. There's a fleecy liner on the inside of this polar wind top, and they're highly recommended. Even without this, it's fine, but as long as it's not raining too heavy and you're not too hot. Apart from the waterproofs, I've got apart from these waterproofs here, in this bag I've got a microfiber towel in here. Again, it compresses quite well. I've just got it in this army bag just so it's a little bit more waterproof. I like to have waterproof things inside a waterproof bag, just to make sure if something else in that bag is waterproof, or another bag fails, or I have to put something in that's wet and it's raining at the time and I put it in, everything's not getting wet. So I've got my towels and that in there, and all the clothes I take. So I'll move on to this. This is a polyester cotton travel liner for your sleeping bag. I don't actually use this, but to be honest, like, for how small it is, it could fit anywhere. It's not a waterproof case at all, but it doesn't need to be. You can just keep it in your sleeping bag. In here I've got 3 pairs of ankle socks, thick warm ones, and they're called weatherproof, I believe, or something. They're quite a cheap make, and they're really good for cycling, because they keep your feet warm. Even if they're wet, they'll still be warm. They're thick but not too thick. And I've also got this is actually my winter setup. This is what I would be touring in winter with just just these clothes that I'm wearing now. But additionally, in here I have 2 normal cotton t-shirts of political nature, and I have no underwear at the minute, but I do need to get some decent cotton rich underwear for when I'm relaxing and stuff. I've got a pair of camouflage shorts in here, and I also have another one of these jerseys, but not green, it's bright orange, similar colour to the bag, and maybe a bit more fluorescent than that. And I've also got padded lycra bib and brace style shorts for the summer in there, even though I don't need them. What I'm wearing now is my winter gear. You obviously need good gloves, and what I've got on here is a yellow jersey and a cheap base layer from Aldi, and then a one of the heat a base layer called Heat or something, the Thermo Heat or something. And basically on the underside I've got nice thick socks on. I always try and get shoes half a size too big, so I wear thick socks while I'm touring. But then I'm wearing they are men's, by the way, but they are men's tights. And a lot of people say oh, I'm a bit queer, but I don't really care. I'm warmer than you are, so it doesn't really matter what you think. You don't see them. Inside this bag, if I was running in the summer, it might be a little bit thicker bag, say about another third of the size on top of this bag, because in the summer it compensate the base layers, tights, and these trousers that I cycle with in the winter, which go really well with the base layers on my legs, tights, whatever you want to call them, on my legs. The one thing I would say though in the winter is breezes do get your wrists and do make you ache a lot. So what I done is I cut down a pair of I got a cut down pair of fingerless gloves. So then I just put these gloves over these ones, just so it's a bit more wrist protection. Plus I have better feel of the bike. It's more not a better feel of the bike, sorry. It's more comfortable on the hands. If you get thumb cramp or something, you can proper dig into your muscle on whatever that bit's called to get your muscle working again. I don't really. It's quite hard to take these off, by the way, and because it is neoprene on fleecing material. But in the summer I wear this hat sometimes when I'm cycling. Sometimes I don't, because it's too windy and it just does that, and you can't see anything. But yeah, basically this bag has everything you need in it. Oh, also in the summer I have little red gloves, just cheapo gloves, and I also have a fleecy neck warmer as well in the winter. But the majority of the time it's not cold enough for that. So once again, in here we just have a bag full of clothes, towel, and 2 flannels. There's one flannel you can use for other purposes, whatever them purposes may be, whether it's filtrating water or anything like that. But the order I do this bag in is the polar wind top in the side, the leggings in next, because you won't need them until you put your top on, and the top goes in like that. Now you do these bags up, there's a little bit of velcro, and then you do 1 and 2, but normally I do 3, so I'll push it down a little bit, get a bit of air out, and then do 3, just to make sure. Always put your thumbs in the creases and then fold it over and then put them together. Otherwise you could rip the bag if you just pull it tight. And it doesn't matter, it's not the quality of the bag at all that fails, it's just that people are stronger than they think. And that's the front left pannier, and now I'm going to move on to the back of the bike. Right, on the back of the bike we have a little bungee that I tied onto the rack. I need a new one because these bungees always go, hence why I've got a bungee in the front as a spare. First of all, I have a good waterproof mat bag on the top, and we have 2 D padlocks, one long, one small, whatever suits. I normally put this one through there, and then this one on the front with a cable lock running through the panniers. But to be honest, it's really hard to find anything that keeps panniers from being stolen. I haven't had it myself happen to me yet, but there's nothing really stopping someone from coming and cutting and whatever is holding your panniers on. They're the tent poles from the tent, believe it or not. And this thing's to keep dogs away because dogs chase you, and it's not particularly nice to have dogs chasing you. So that's what's on the back of my bike. Right, staying with the back of my bike, we're going to do the front right hand side pannier now, and I've kept this off just so I can get to the panniers, and that also helps to stop thieves getting all your gear. And basically what we have in this pannier is it's another outrage pannier. It feels like my tent in this one, which would normally be on the back rack or in a waterproof case in here. So what I have in here is a spare caramel dry bag. That can go over there for now because I needed that. I was looking for that. And I've got, this is my survival kit. This is all you need. This contains a bivvy bag, a basher, a camouflage military basher, and a sleeping mat, which is really lightweight. This weighs about 2 kilos, well, under 2 kilos, and that's a really good system for just grabbing. Or I was having it on the front under there and the speaker in front of it, but like I said, it made the top bag pop off and break my light, so I may have it on there again. I'm not too sure. It depends what bag I get when I replace this one because it was damaged in the accident. But anyway, this is waterproof, so it doesn't matter what you do with that. You can leave that on the front of the bike out in the rain, weather or whatever. And all that's in here, this bag, in this pannier, it's completely empty. It's just got that sleeping stuff and my tent. My tent is a lich, I can't pronounce that, but it's a lich Sutton, Sierra Leone, 1909 Sierra Leone, classic line. I reckon this is a good tent. It takes a while to set up. I will set it up in a little while for you, but I don't know. I haven't toured with it yet. The poles are really quite bulky. There's a couple of poles here that stick out of the bag because they're longer than all the rest for some reason. And yeah, but basically that's all the equipment for my house I need. It's just this. And yeah, right, I'm going to end the video there quickly because I've got something green and gooey on my tent and I need to clean it off. Right, now I'm going to move on to the back left hand side pannier and show you what's inside there. There's not much stuff left to show people what's on my bike, but just look out when you take your back panniers off because the front wheel, as it moves by itself, it's not fixed, sorry, it moves by itself quite easily. So basically what we have in here is a lot of spare room. It's over half the room is spare, well, nearly half the room. what I've got in here is a travel pillow, I don't know why, and I've also got my sleeping bag, and that's the only things in here. You don't actually need a massive sleeping bag or an ultra light sleeping bag. What I go for is a mixture of the two, so it gives me the freedom to move around, but it also it can also keep you warm, especially when you're wearing base layers like I'm wearing underneath my trousers and tops. This is a Geller sleeping pod. It's about that wide. It's yeah, about that wide. You move about, move your feet, and it's like a more rounded shape than a traditional sleeping bag. It's got a round, like an oval shape, but a bit more pointed. And yeah, basically this is why I've got this all by itself in the bag, is because I haven't I'm not on a tour right now. I'm just showing you what I've got and what I usually keep in which bag. This isn't set in stone. Some days I try different things, and it depends where I'm staying as well. If I'm light camping, I don't take much at all. I just take the basics and a couple of fishing rods or something, just for a pleasurable weekend away. But if I'm travelling like Land's End, John O'Groats, like I have done, or Lowestoft to St David's, like east to west, most easterly and most westerly point in Britain. That was my last trip anyway, last year. And when you're doing big trips, you want everything you can have to hand, and also a good point about this bag is overfull with my food in. That is overfull. You can always take one of them bags or a couple of tins of food, put it in this back one. This back one's light as hell, and it's not doing much. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to set my tent up and show you what the tent's like.